Hello, everybody. So today we are going to continue in building these objects in OnShape. And so what I want you to do is once you get to your multi-view drawing, what we're going to be doing is we're going to introduce dimensioning in our multi-view drawings. And so what I want you to do is after you get your multi-view drawing created for each of your objects that you're going to create today, I want you to come up here and click on this dimension tool. So what this will allow us to do is add in certain dimensions for our objects, okay? And so what I want us to focus on today is just putting in the overall dimensions for our object, okay? So that means that we're gonna wanna know the width, height, and depth of our object, okay? So remember, width, if we look at the front face, width is from here to here, right? It is that distance. The height is this distance right here. And then our depth is from right here all the way to right here. So that's on the right face, right? So with this dimension tool, if you click on that, you can also press D on your keyboard as a shortcut. I will want you to put in the height and the width. So one thing that I want to tell you all is whenever you put in these dimensions, you will want to make sure that the dimension ends up going between the objects or the drawings. Okay, so that being said, if I were to put down the height of this object, if I would put it out here, that would be bad. We do not want that to happen. Okay, so if you end up making a mistake and you end up doing that, if you press escape on your keyboard, then that will get you out of the dimension. Let's say that you already created the dimension. If you actually click on it and then press delete or backspace, that will get rid of it. Okay, so we need the width, height, and depth of this object, right, to be notated with our dimensions. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to first add in or annotate the height of this. Okay, so if we look at the right view here, we can end up putting the height on this view. And so we're going to go ahead and just click on this line right here. And then I'm going to pop that right there. Okay, of course, there's tons of different ways you could end up doing this. You could also, if I go through here, and then delete this, I could have also went from this bottom line right here all the way to this top line up here. And so if I would have selected those two, then it would have ended up giving me the 2 inches on there. Remember, you should try to have your text centered in the middle of your object too. Okay, so if I should want it to look like this. If I ended up dimensioning this and you had it look something like this, that would be bad, and we don't want that. Okay, we prefer to have the dimensions in the middle. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this dimension. So that is the height of this object. And so now next, I want the depth, and then also we want the width, right? So let's go ahead and let's put in the depth of this object. So the depth will be on the right face, right? And so if I click on this line and this line right here, that's going to end up giving me the depth. Okay, so do I want to put the depth down here or do I want to put it down here? The right answer is that we want to put it up here. What's the reasoning for that? Well, it's because that dimension will then be in between these drawings. Okay, remember, dimensions should always try to be in between drawings. You never want to put them on the outside. All right, so we've got our height and then we've got the depth here, right? The last dimension, overall dimension that we need to include is the width of this object. So we're going to go ahead and click right there, and then we will add in the width of that object, which is 0.5, half an inch. Okay, so obviously this is just the overall dimensions. As we continue, we're going to add in more dimensions. So like for instance, we're going to add in the dimension of this side right here, and then also this side. We're going to add in the height from the bottom of this object to this point right here for that cutout. We're going to also add in the height from right here to here, okay? But for today, I just want these overall dimensions in there, all right? Okay, hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know so that I can help you out. All right, see y'all.